Hi, my name is Thierry Chenet. I'm CEO at ProvenRun. ProvenRun is a cybersecurity company focused on the highest levels of security for embedded and cloud systems. I'm glad to introduce some of our technologies and products today and see how that is relevant for you guys, customers.
So how do you do security in the embedded?
Our focus is formal methods, which is a mathematical approach to writing code that ensures the highest levels of security and quality and security by design. So formal methods gets you to near perfect security. We are the first and only ones in the world to have formally proven an entire operating system. It's called ProvenCore. We certified it in 2019 at the highest level of a common criteria, which is the common security scheme for the industry, and had zero bug ever since. And it's helping power a lot of our systems in avionics and defense and automotive. By the way, we have an interesting solution here, which is building on top of ProvenCore. So this solution is a filter for Ethernet traffic on a car. So when you think of software-defined vehicles, all the traffic on board runs now on the Ethernet and need to ensure that no attacker can actually go through. So this implements a protocol break on 1 gig or more Ethernet onboard network. We've deployed it at Renault, we've deployed it at other car makers, and this gives you an idea of how the system works and reaches high performance level with utmost security.
Because I've heard that in some of the automotive market, I mean, historically, there's been a bunch of networks and their cables and it's not really secure.
Correct.
Do you just hook in something and then it becomes secure, or what happens?
It's not to retrofit. These are new designs, so software-defined vehicles are completely new designs. And for those car makers who are actually going for next-gen designs where everything becomes fully Ethernet, you want to make sure that this network is secure. So it's not just about, of course, segmenting and making. Of course, there are other principles of architecture, but this ensures that you have a full protocol break, so full deconstruction and reconstruction of your Ethernet protocols.
It's showing here what's happening?
What's showing here is how you can use our protocol break to isolate and protect the safety zone on a car. So the safety zone is protected through our protocol break here in the middle from the outside world, which is the outside surface. You get the connectivity modem on the car or the in-vehicle infotainment system that are typically connected to the outside world. And of course, you want to make sure that all your safety systems, right, including autonomous driving, are completely isolated from outside threats.
And here I see what you were talking about, ProvenCore.
ProvenCore, yes, because our solution, the protocol break, rests on ProvenCore, our formally proven operating system. And ProvenCore guarantees the isolation between any two trusted applications sitting on top, therefore guarantees the isolation between the front and the back of the protocol break itself exposed to the outside world, zonal attack, and the safety world.
What do you mean by protocol disruption?
Protocol disruption means that there is a full deconstruction and reconstruction of a protocol. Think of some IP or TCP, right? That carries the traffic and the packets on board a car network.
And what's the history of your company, and how do you get to this place to be something that people need to work with to make security and embedded?
So company was founded in 2009 by Dominique Bolignano. He's a serial entrepreneur. He created and sold his previous company to Thales and Gemalto that was also active in full methods, but for smart cards, so small systems. Now we're going after much larger, more complex systems, but applying the same best-of-breed, state-of-the-art mathematical approach to how we write code. So that is the differentiator, that is the history. It took us 10 years to actually write all the languages themselves, the tool chain, and get it to certification in 2019.
And here I see it says microprocessors, microcontrollers.
Correct. So we also sell
even RISC-V is here.
We also So we run on different types of platforms. We run on ARM, we run on RISC-V, and we run on microprocessors, but also microcontrollers. So ProvenCore M is a version of our operating system that runs on microcontrollers and typically runs in the trust zone of microcontrollers and provides a very high level of security and the pre-certification. This runs with STMicroelectronics. So we're glad to be a partner of STMicroelectronics, and ProvenCore M powers the STM32H5, which is the flagship microcontroller, high performance, high security microcontroller of ST. And it makes stronger security simpler for them. So as a developer, don't need to worry about how you're going to code or architect security. It comes straight out of the box, pre-certified, ST certified, ST managed, but in the background, that's something we've been developing.
Can you show some more of what you were talking about here in the back?
So we're also going into the cloud space. We're in the hardware space. So a latest product we are bringing to market is a hardware security module that is cloud native and uses the interesting properties of ProvenCore, so the compositionality and the very high levels of certification, but also makes it cloud native. So it's entirely administrable remotely. It's ready for PQC. So hardware security model is an interesting space because a lot more, it's the foundation of trust for all the cloud operations, right? Stores and operates all the keys.
So well, this
is an earlier version of ProvenHSM called the ProvenBox, but think of it as a white label box that our customers can use for any sorts of security applications and quickly customize to their needs. This found a very strong following in the avionics and defense space.
So you just put it somewhere in the cloud?
This one can sit also in edge environments, right? So think of more like a combat cloud or more like edge type of deployments. But ProvenHSM typically sits in data center, yes.
And what's the ProvenBox?
ProvenBox is this, right? You just pointed to it. ProvenBox is a slimmed down appliance version of ProvenHSM that comes with a software development kit so that any users can tailor it to their own needs and add their own security applications.
It's got an FPGA?
It has an FPGA from Xilinx, Zinc UltraScale Plus, so therefore you can add acceleration for any crypto algorithms that you want.
So you can encrypt, decrypt a lot?
It can.
With this FPGA. And what else you want to talk about? What's the discussion you're having here with people at the embedded world? And what do people ask? What's next?
A lot of discussions actually around how you certify, how you secure and certify larger systems and maintain those certifications over the longer time frame. So we see that going now in automotive, but also in broader embedded, where security and certification need to be maintained over much longer time frames. Right now, the US published its cybersecurity strategy. Big focus on this is on securing critical infrastructure, and a lot of the discussions that we're having here revolve around this, so securing critical infrastructure. So
that means you have a lot of work to do in the future to improve to add more features and bring solutions to people?
We will, and we will keep adding security applications resting on top of our solutions. And but I think the foundation is there. It is the formerly proven OS, and now it gives us sort of opportunities to build around it.
And there's always the considerations people have about secure updates, and you are there to help the whole...
Secure firmware update is one of the functions that we provide as well. So it ensures that any device can stay secure throughout its entire life cycle.
And what do you show here?
We run a number of trusted applications on top of our operating system. So ProvenCore supports trusted applications that provide security services. Think of secure storage if you want to store secrets locally. Think of everything related to crypto, OpenSSL, and of course PQC libraries, for which we do have a partnership with CryptoNext, who's our partner on PQC. We provide EAL7, we provide Android trusted applications. We're compatible with Opti and through the global platform and global platform and PS APIs. We provide our robust proxy solution, which I demonstrate for Automotive, which is a full filter and protocol break for Ethernet. We provide VPNs, we provide network stacks, which makes sure, this makes it possible for our clients to accelerate their secure development. So this is a catalog of off-the-shelf trusted applications.
And can people add applications, and how do they
can develop
trusted?
On their own. We provide an SDK. We provide an SDK, clients can develop on their own, or if they want us to develop for them, we can help them develop sort of your trust application, right? So we can help you develop, certify, maintain, or you can do this on your own.